I think he was prepared good. Usyk was good prepared, and he can beat him more, a lot more.
Where does Oleksandr Usyk rank?
Are you kidding me? He's earned the right to be. He's earned the right to be mentioned with all the top guys. He's one of the great winners of our era.
But what he did have was a level of boxing intelligence that they just simply couldn't do anything about. They couldn't handle it. They couldn't deal.
Boxers respect Usyk's unparalleled abilities. Amazing mobility and unwavering endurance. His peers are in awe of his ability to adjust, manage the ring, and carry out exact tactics. Because of his supremacy in all weight classes and his unwavering will to succeed, many people consider him the sport's greatest challenge. Heavyweight contender Kopylov was straightforward when asked where Oleksandr Usyk stands in the boxing hierarchy. Usyk is the best.
Simon Jordan, originally he said he had this fight a draw, and then upon reflection, 5-7 at best. At best. Seriously, mate. And, of course, then he goes on. He's back in a new horse now. He's asked, is Oleksandr Usyk unbeatable? And he says no. I agree. Yeah, look, there's no such thing as an unbeatable fighter. Yes, fighters retire undefeated. Andre Ward, Joe Calzaghe, Floyd Mayweather, Rocky Marciano, Ricardo Lopez, to name a few. They retired undefeated. Were they unbeatable? Marciano was certainly beatable. Jersey Joe Walcott nearly beat him. If it was a 12-rounder, he would have won that fight. It was back in the days of 15 rounds. He got knocked out in the 13th round. Floyd Mayweather, many people feel as though we already should have lost to Jose Luis Castillo.
That's all. These two sentences perfectly capture the increasing agreement among boxers and commentators that Usyk is the best boxer of our time.
Woohoo! Usyk's movement is so damn good. Nice. Alright, one thing I love about Usyk, he gets right on his opponents. I love how Usyk answered it. He goes, I'm ready. Your Excellency, Turkey, please make this matchup, right? And I love that he's just, you can tell he's an athlete who just wants to prove that he's the best, right? There is no showboating. There is no trash talking. He's like, yes, we can do it. Well, we'll fight again. And I think after he beats Daniel Dubois, he's already beat Daniel Dubois. He's already beat Anthony Joshua twice. He's already beat Tyson Fury twice. If he beats Daniel Dubois twice, there's nothing left for this man to prove in boxing. I think this man lays the gloves down, walks away from the sport of boxing, spend time with his children, his wife. He mentioned his kids are in judo, and I think it'll be awesome for him to be able to walk away from the sport.
Similar remarks were made by Oleksandr Usyk's promoter, who commended his fighter for taking the precise steps required to win. He fulfilled his purpose. He is the greatest man. This quote highlights Usyk's career-defining level of preparation, discipline, and execution in every battle.
Like last time, because last time he beat him most, he beat him more, but this time was also good.
Did you feel like Oleksandr was using that backhand, his backhand really well, because he seemed to be connecting to Tyson Fury quite often with the backhand?
I think he was prepared good. Usyk was good prepared, and he can beat him more, a lot more. But just maybe Fury was changed something.
Renowned trainer Ben Davidson praises Usyk's accomplishments in both the cruiserweight and heavyweight divisions, ranking him as one of the sport's all-time greats. Davidson clearly admires him and considers himself to be among the best heavyweights of all time. It's incredible to be uncontested in both cruiserweight and heavyweight. These honors demonstrate Usyk's adaptability and supremacy in a variety of weight divisions.
I'm happy. I'm happy because this man did what he had to do, what he intended to do. He got the victory, he won, he made a good job. He went through 12 rounds, tough rounds, with the best man, best possible opponent. What can I say? Respect to the men, to both.
According to renowned boxing instructor Dave Squell, Usyk has shown unmatched activity and accuracy since switching to heavyweight. Usyk's activity is probably the best since he's been in the heavyweight division. Coldwell said, referring to his ability to control the tempo of a fight and effectively work the body.
Just how good is Oleksandr Usyk? We've seen him now come into the heavyweight division, fight a Derek Chisora, fight Anthony Joshua twice, fight Tyson Fury twice, and he's the undisputed heavyweight. No, he was until obviously the belt let go, but What do you make of him as a fighter? Just sum him up. Special fighter.
Yeah, he's put himself in the mix to be. He's put himself in the mix as one of the greatest heavyweights that's ever been. So, undisputed cruiserweight, undisputed heavyweight, amazing.
Even the most experienced opponents find Usyk to be a nightmare due of his technical skill.
You pick up the pace, and you just still can't go with it. It takes, it does have an effect. But what I'm trying to say is, Usyk's work to the body, the volume of body punches. I'd like to see the stats on body punching, be it straights, be it a jab, be it backhands, whatever. Because Usyk's volume of body work is what I thought was the difference in the fight. His lead hand activity was probably the best it's been since he's been at heavyweight, maybe. I thought he took away, we were all talking about the Fury right uppercut going into the fight because he had a lot of success. We were all talking about what Tyson's going to do, but, I said, Usyk's clever. His people, they're going to look at that and see what they can do better.
Michael Buffer, the renowned ring announcer, compared Usyk to a machine. Ling's constant vitality and stamina. According to Buffer, Usyk tested the Ukrainian's exceptional mental toughness and conditioning by having large batteries that never cease.
Did you go into the last round? Was you sure that you were ahead on points? Was you comfortable that you're winning the fight going into round 12?
I'm just boxing. I'm just continue my plan. What say Yuri, my coach? No, it's fight was
Easier one.
easy. Not easy, but not easy. Easier.
Easier than the first one?
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Lawrence Okoli, the WBO cruiserweight champion, also cited Usyk's exceptional fitness as a major contributor to his accomplishments. In highlighting Usyk's physical advantage in every fight, Okoli said, "It was a good fight, and Usyk won because of his conditioning."
He probably should have tried a little more of he has a good one too, one pop-up, and he used his size and reach and everything. Usyk is like a machine though. He's just got a big battery that never stops.
Do you think he's unbeatable, Oleksandr Usyk, in this era? Do you think he's unbeatable in this era, Usyk?
No, nobody's unbeatable. Nobody's unbeatable. Muhammad Ali in his prime isn't here today, so...
Just lastly, Michael, good performance there from Tyson. Many people did have it close. Where do you think he goes next?
Tyson?
Yeah. An Anthony Joshua fight, maybe?
He could pack Wembley with an Anthony Joshua fight for sure. I think Triple D and Usyk could put 90,000 in Wembley because that's a good fight.
There was a bit of controversy from the first fight.
Of course. 1/2 inch.
Teddy Atlas, a seasoned boxing expert, praised Usyk as one of the best fighters of this generation and emphasized his capacity to prevail in any situation. He is adept at winning. Usyk has earned his place among the boxing elite, and rightfully so, Atlas said. What makes Usyk unique in the present period is his capacity for adaptation and outsmarting opponents.
Personally, how's it going? How are you? I did think he won the fight, but it was just a great fight all around.
Did you think that the weight had any factor? What did you think of Tyson coming in heavier?
I think it did have a factor. It depends in different parts. So he was able to, in parts, get hold of Usyk lean on him, put a little bit of good work in the body shots and stuff. But then I do think that down the straight, because Usyk was able to weather that, the conditioning did play a factor in the last few rounds where he was able to just throw 3-4 punches more in exchanges, and I think that's what edged it out for him.
Prominent combat sports analyst Luke Thomas called Usyk's most recent performance elite and one of the greatest in boxing history. He has a distinct personality and is one of a kind.
Teddy Atlas, Oleksandr.
I got plenty of them wrong, but that one I felt very strongly about, just like the first time. Usyk knows how to win. He'll find a way to win. And I thought Tyson would be better, and he was better. Give him, and you know what the flag said? Winner. I know how to win. And that's what he does. He knows how to win.
Teddy, I know you've got a flight to catch, so I'm going to let you go. Thank you so much for your time this week. Actually, Oleksandr Usyk, where does he rank for you now? Where does he rank for you amongst the greats?
Say that again.
Where does Oleksandr Usyk rank?
Are you kidding me? He's earned the right to be mentioned with all the top guys. He's one of the great winners of our era. And you know, the funny thing about him, there's not one thing that you can say, oh my God, he does such so great. He's the greatest puncher. He's fast like Ali. His legs are like, no. But there's not one thing he doesn't do real well. He does everything real well. There's not one weakness. And the most important thing at the end of the day, the strongest part of him all, this.
Thomas said, highlighting Usyk. He stands out both inside and beyond the ring due to his charisma and intangible attributes.
Greater sort of set of circumstances. But much like he has for very long stretches of his career, there are the plans that the people in boxing make around him, and then there is just the fucking wrecking ball that is Oleksandr Usyk, and he shred those plans and never let them come to fruition today with a very, very, very good performance, a elite performance, if ever there was one. I said this, everywhere he has gone, he has done winning an Olympic gold medal, clearing out cruiserweight, and now becoming the guy at heavyweight of his generation. 2 times against Joshua, 2 times against Fury, beating Dubois. He's special in ways that are almost hard to describe. You just won't see boxing talent like this very often. You could watch boxing another 30 years and not necessarily see a guy quite like this. He is one of one, a unique personality, a unique look to him, a unique way of being. Part of a bigger system, obviously, and part of a, as I mentioned before, that the amateur Ukrainian team that he and Lomachenko and Vazdik and others were all part of. But just such a...
Not everyone has the same respect for Usyk, but Simon Jordan voiced doubt, saying Oleksandr Usyk isn't the greatest of all, he can be defeated. While many people think Usyk is nearly invincible, Dwayne Wade could succeed. Jordan's and other dissenting opinions provide the discussion depth and sustain the debate.
They couldn't handle it. They couldn't deal with it. That's what you got. You just got a guy. He's so impressive. It blows me away. I cannot believe how fucking good he is. It is just remarkable. And so you saw many of the trademarks from the first fight. Lead outside foot positioning, forcing him over to the left side. Getting underneath that jab to go to the body, the stab to the body, the stab to the body. So he brought back some of the hallmarks, the trademarks that worked well the first time that you can build off of, right? It's sort of modular. The first time we'll do these kinds of jabs to the body and then build out from there, different attacks for the first fight. And then in this one, you know, having to go to a separate set of attacks.
One point is shared by a number of specialists. It would be extremely difficult to defeat Usyk in the words of one observer. If you're going to fight Usyk, you're going to lose because he is the best. This remark encapsulates the widely held belief that Usyk is an almost impossible task for the majority of fighters.
It really is, man. Now, the first thing I've got to say is, why did Tyson Fury lose this? Well, I said in my prediction, there is only one way to beat Oleksandr Usyk. I've been saying the same thing ahead of Anthony Joshua's fights with him, ahead of everyone's fights with him. You've got to fight a kill or be killed fight. And even then, it's not a guaranteed way to beat him. Like, it doesn't mean if you fight kill or be killed, you're going to win. But the point is if you box with that boxer, you will lose. He is the best at that. I said in that first fight, Tyson Fury had good energy and a good moment up to round 7, and at that point his energy started to go, his punches became less effective, and he was less of a threat, and Usyk took over. So you need to come into this fight and go in for the kill within those rounds, or you're gonna lose, man. Guaranteed. And I'm not saying like, oh, stick it on him, like as if it's like that simple. You've obviously got to do it, you know, responsibly, cleverly, but you've got to force the issue, because this man, he understands the laws of boxing too well. You've got to break the rules in order to beat him, and that requires you to do unorthodox things, to do unpredictable things, and when you do clip him, empty the gas tank and go after him with every last drop of energy you've got. You've got to race him instead of staying with him, because when you try and stay with him, you have to play by the rules, and when you do that, he wins every